Hi, welcome to GRVOTV, G's Reviews, Views and Opinions. I just wanted to share with you a little job I did on for a client, which the remit was basically to shoot Tower Bridge in London and produce a black and white photo of the bridge. So I'm going to show you some of the images that I've given to the client. These aren't the exact ones; they're the sort of the almost ones. Then, because I don't think it was fair to share the ones that I've actually given them. But these are pretty close to what I've given them, and I just thought I'd run through. The camera I used to do this shoot was the Sony NEX 6, and predominantly the 16-50 lens. I did take the 51.8 and the 55-210, but I didn't really use them, and I didn't expect to be honest. I just took them because, you know, that's the beauty of this kit. It's so lightweight, and I was able to take my lightweight carbon fibre Manfrotto tripod as well. And interestingly, I went with a friend who I work with, who also took some shots. But interestingly, my entire kit weighed about the same as his tripod, which I thought was quite amusing, really. And it's only sort of fairly recently that we've been able to go on a shoot and produce really good images with something so small and compact, as a system. So I really enjoyed shooting with it, and even to the point where after I'd taken the photos and like in the restaurant afterwards and on the train on the way home, I was able to send all the pictures to my phone and have a good look at them on the phone, edit a few just to get a few ideas while you're sitting there. So overall, I was well pleased with the way it worked. So just going into the images, this is the first image, and Tower Bridge is off in the background, which wasn't part of the remit, and the actual final picture I've given to the client, I've taken out some of the distractions in this down in the bottom left, just to make it a little bit cleaner. And there's a couple of people there, so I lost them in the final edit. But this was taken at 16mm f8 for 4 seconds, ISO 100. And I quite like the sort of the contrast with the white Tower Bridge and the blue lights on this building, this unusual shaped building in the foreground. So that's the first one. The next image, which I really like, is the black and white of Tower Bridge, and it's a more of an angle going away from you. I think it looks quite sort of moody looking, and this was taken at 31mm, 1.67 seconds at f7.1, again ISO 100. I was quite pleased with that. This image here is of the tower with the bridge actually open. Now you can see in this picture there's a boat just starting to come through. The actual picture that I've given them is the next one, which is light trails of the boat coming right through. Yeah, that's quite a nice image, and I've left that one in colour because I think the underside of the bridge looks quite good. This one is just your bog standard from the side on, 25mm, 3 seconds, f7.1. The final image, which is this one, which is the image that they've actually asked me to print. It's virtually identical to this, to be fair. I did something a bit different, and it's not something I always like doing, but I wanted, because there's these really bright lights shining under the bridge, I thought rather than try and lose them, I'd use them. So I went to f29 as as small an aperture as the camera would go to get this sort of starburst effect. And I know you can add these effects on afterwards, but it's interesting to be able to get them and know how to get them by using your camera settings rather than just sticking it on afterwards. So these weren't put on. All I've done to this picture really is converted it to black and white, and bumped the clarity a little bit, but other than that there's not an awful lot done to it. So this was at 28mm, and this was a 30-second exposure at f29, and by doing the 30-second of exposure it loses any sort of evidence of people or traffic or anything, any movement on the bridge, which is quite nice because it does look quite sort of desolate there. and it smooths the water out quite nicely, so you get that sort of aluminium sheen on it, and I think it works really well in black and white. Again, that was the ISO 100. I don't know if I said that. Yeah, so that was it. That's the sort of the photo that they wanted and that they've gone for. So I just thought I'd share that with you. It does pose an interesting question, and I'm not saying that I'm not a professional photographer by any means, but something that came up the other day was when you're doing a photo shoot, you have to have a big professional camera, otherwise people don't take you seriously. So it's interesting to go out and do a photo shoot with a small, portable, lightweight, fairly inexpensive camera and lens setup, and still get the result that the client wanted. They don't know what camera I use necessarily. I mean, I have told them now, and they're fine. But it does, just prove that firstly, size isn't everything, and you don't need to have a big massive load of kit and a big massive camera to carry with you, to get the results that your client wanted. And at the end of the day, all they're interested in really is the final image. So I was quite pleased with that. Anyway, I thought I'd share that with you. So this has been GRVOTV, G's Reviews, Views and Opinions. I'll see you soon. Cheers, bye.